Novation. Article 1291. Obligations may be modified by 1. Changing their object or principal conditions. 2. Substituting the person of the debtor. 3. Subrogating a third person in the rights of the creditor. Article 1292. In order that an obligation may be extinguished by another which substitutes the same, it is imperative that it be so declared in unequivocal terms, or that the old and new obligations may be on every point incompatible with each other. Article 1293. Novation, which consists in substituting a new debtor in the place of the original one, may be made even without the knowledge or against the will of the latter, but not without the consent of the creditor. Payment by the new debtor gives him the rights mentioned in Articles 1236 and 1237. Article 1294. If the substitution is without the knowledge or against the will of the debtor, the new debtor's insolvency or non-fulfillment of the obligation shall not give rise to any liability on part of the original debtor. Article 1295. The insolvency of the new debtor, who has been proposed by the original debtor and accepted by the creditor, shall not revive the action of the latter against the original debtor, except when said insolvency was already existing and of public knowledge, or known to the debtor when he delegated his debt. Article 1296. When the principal obligation is extinguished in consequence of a novation, accessory obligations may subsist only insofar as they may benefit third persons who did not give their consent. Article 1297. When the new obligation is void, the original one shall subsist, unless the parties intended that the former relation should be extinguished in any event. Article 1298. The novation is void if the original obligation was void, except when annulment may be claimed only by the debtor, or when ratification validates acts which are voidable. Article 1299. If the original obligation was subject to a suspensive or resolutory condition, the new obligation shall be under the same conditions, unless it is otherwise stipulated. Article 1300. Subrogation of a third person in the rights of the creditor is either legal or conventional. The former is not presumed, except in cases expressly mentioned in this code. The latter must be clearly established in order that it may take effect. Article 1301. Conventional subrogation of a third person requires the consent of the original parties and of the third person. Article 1302. It is presumed that there is legal subrogation when 1. A creditor pays another creditor who is preferred even without the debtor's knowledge. 2. When a third person, not interested in the obligation, pays with the express or tacit approval of the debtor. 3. When, even without the knowledge of the debtor, a person interested in the fulfillment of the obligation pays, without prejudice to the effects of confusion as to the latter's share. Article 1303. Subrogation transfers to the right subrogated. Article 1303. Subrogation transfers to the person subrogated the right with all the rights thereto appertaining, either against the debtor or against third persons. They be guarantors or possessors of mortgages, subject to stipulation in a conventional subrogation. Article 1304. A creditor to whom partial payment has been made may exercise his right for the remainder, and he shall be preferred to the person who has been subrogated in his place in virtue of the partial payment of the same credit.